Today I'm going to talk about one of the biggest things holding small business owners back from getting the funding they need for their business. Hi, my name is Carlton Hoskins and I'm the founder of I Do Systems. Let's jump right into this. Business owners often find themselves in a position where they cannot generate revenue or raise funding, right? They go to the bank and the banks won't provide them funding because they either don't have an adequate credit, they don't have enough income, they don't have enough invoices, they haven't been in business long enough. So many business owners that I talk to find it very difficult to begin their business or grow their business because there's a lack of funding. Well, I'm here to tell you there's a way to solve that problem. Okay, so if you're one of those individuals who are facing this dilemma, who are looking for funding, looking to build business credit, looking to grow your business and find it difficult to get the funding you need, you really need to listen to what I'm about to explain. When financial institutions are looking at your business and they're looking to provide you funding, or whether it's a venture capitalist or it's in a bank, right? Even if it's your friends or family and they're interested in what you're doing and they know that maybe what you have is a good product and or a good service, and they're confident that what you're doing is going to work, it's just not working yet, or you're just not raising enough money, right? Maybe you have, $200,000 right now, but you need to get $1 million, right? Maybe you have $0 and you need to get $200. It doesn't matter. The process that I'm going to explain is going to show you how to do this in a very simple way. Okay. When you're building your business, the one thing that everyone looks at is finance, obviously, because that is what is necessary to pay back the debt after you have gained the funding. When I was a sales consultant for a financial company, they would bring in small business owners, they would help them build their credit, and then they would give them the opportunity to raise funding through these lenders, right? So they would have built up their business credit for the client, and then because their client's credit is at a certain level, now they would be able to get this person funding at different interest rates, obviously, but that's what they did. But the biggest mistake in that process was that they weren't looking at the entirety of the business. They were only focused on the business credit. And after many conversations with the SBA funding department, with banks that I know, presidents of banks, lenders that I know, venture capitalists that I know, the one thing that they say they look at is the overall business structure and not just the credit, because credit is just not all that's necessary to determine whether or not the business is going to be sustainable or if the business is going to fail. There's been instances where lenders give $250,000 to a business, but yet the business still fails within a year. Well, why is that? Well, that's because the business undertow, the infrastructure, the core of the business is not established properly. And venture capitalists are going to look at the team. They're going to look at the management. They're going to look at the owner of the business. Are they qualified to run this business? Do they have all of the help that they need, which is the team part, to run their business? Do they have experts in the areas that they need to really achieve and go get the revenue that is the potential revenue that's out there for their client, for their business? So when you're building your business, the one thing that you want to do is make sure that you have all of the building blocks in place to show your bank, your lenders, your family, your friend, anyone that wants to put $1 into your business, that you have a viable business. And that normally starts with a business plan. What are you going to do with the funding? How is it going to impact your business? How long is it going to take you after you do this task to start generating revenue to be able to repay that funding? Because as you know, no one wants to just hand out money like free candy. They expect that money to come back. There's an ROI, a return on the investment. So here it is. When you're building your business, make sure that you have looked at every component of your business. Now, these components consist of the 5 sustainability pillars. And I'm going to break these down really quick. They're infrastructure, which is the legal makeup of the business. That's writing contracts, making sure your business is registered properly, making sure you have your EIN, making sure you have all of the things necessary to have a legal and viable business. Second, they're going to look at management. Management's another part. So we want to make sure that management is right. Marketing, that also has to be right. What is the strategy? Who are your competitors? What's your pricing strategy? Does it fit the market? These things have to be in line. Then they're going to look at the finance of the business. Now, Some venture capitalists and even some lending institutions don't really care that much about the financial of it if the potential of moving forward is great. If the management is great, if the leader of the team is not lazy and they're willing to put in the work and they understand what it takes to grow a viable business, they're willing to invest into those type of businesses even if there's no financing coming in. Then lastly, there's credit, right? And that's both business and personal credit. If you don't have business credit, there's a time to start building that. And obviously, you may not have the greatest credit. When I started my company, I didn't have the greatest personal credit, right? And I still don't have the greatest personal credit. I don't have an 800 plus score. But knowing that this needs to be addressed and worked on while you're building your business is important. That doesn't mean you need to run out and go do it now. It just means that it needs to be addressed. And when venture capitalists are looking at you, they're looking at the entirety of the picture. They're looking at it from a holistic level. They want to see everything. So those are the things that are necessary in order to gain funding, making sure that the core of your business, all of the 5 pillars, are in line and that they are growing and that you haven't missed anything. The last thing they want to see is a business that is going into the startup stage that's leaving out of the seed stage that may have left 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 things unaddressed, right? Maybe they didn't register the business. Maybe they didn't establish the bank account. Maybe they haven't done a SWOT, which is the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat evaluation. Maybe they haven't done those things. And so that will make investors step back. That will make financial institutions step back and go, well, you're not ready. And if you listen to Shark Tank, you hear them say that all the time. You're not ready. You're too early. And that's because these things have been missed. So if you want to address those things and you want to make sure that you haven't missed any of the building blocks so that you can make sure you can go out and get the funding you need to grow your business, be sure to go check us out at pillar5.com, where our automated tool will actually allow you to do a deep dive into your business and look at the look at the performance of the business and look at the things that you may have missed so you can optimize those pieces and make sure that those pieces are completed. So the next time you go in for funding or the next time you're talking to a venture capitalist about raising money for your business, whether it's $100 or $1 million, you want to make sure that those things are done. And this tool will help you do that in a very easy, simple way. Thank you for joining me. We'll talk to you in the next video. Go get your business straight. Go get the funding you need and grow your business.